4 or 5 misconceptions that leaders often have about appreciation. One is that it's the same as employee recognition, which is largely group-based, sort of structured according to the company, and it's always about performance. And so, they've done some project or hit a milestone or whatever, and it's very public. Whereas appreciation, we believe, is about the person. And it can include performance, but employees are people. They're not just production units, and we have characteristics that are of value that don't necessarily show up in what we produce or get done, and people like to be valued for that. And I think that's especially true for younger generations, that they want to be viewed holistically versus just getting tasks done. And that also it's not appreciation isn't necessarily top down. Recognition is. It comes through the organization according to the org chart. But one of the cool things that we've found out is that people like to show appreciation to their colleagues and coworkers across departments. If somebody in IT helps your computer work with a new program, you want to show appreciation for that, even though they don't report to you, you don't report to them. And leaders need to be shown appreciation at times as well. That's helpful, but in a recognition model, that doesn't happen. So, and also, really, most leaders feel like, how can I, show appreciation to everybody? It's sort of too much weight and responsibility. So it really works to teach team members to take responsibility and share the load. So that works better that way.
Sometimes you come across these studies and you're like, that's obvious, isn't it? Why did we need to look at, of course, happy people are going to be more productive, right? Is that not obvious? But then at the same time, I'm glad somebody bothered.
Most business leaders don't, it's like, I want my employees to be happy, but that's their own responsibility. In fact, I reacted here in the U.S. on, we had what we call the left coast, the West Coast. And for a while, and maybe still, they had positions of chief happiness officer. And I'm like, give me a break. I'm as struggle with managing my own happiness, let alone I now have responsibility for other people's happiness. That's just a losing proposition from a psychology point of view. But it goes with it, but it's usually a side effect to other issues rather than directly trying to make people happy.
At least half of the workforce is still remote working or some form of hybrid. So, how do these tools work in that sort of context? Again, touch in particular feels a bit difficult there, doesn't it?
We give a high five on the camera there.
Not quite the same, is it?
Yeah.
But,
No, we actually did research starting before COVID on remote employees and found some themes. First of all, that people still want to be appreciated even though they're working remotely, but each language takes its own form. But that couple of things are important. First of all, that it's appreciation is remotely more valued from peers than leaders, because you expect your leader to reach out to your supervisor or manager, reach out and find out. But to have somebody, one of your colleagues, check in with you feels more intentional. Secondly, that it's about not just work, that it's about life, about them personally, because again, how's it going on the project? That's one thing versus, what'd you do this last weekend? Because with remote kinds of relationships, you don't have what we would call in the U.S. water cooler chats, where in the old days you'd go to the break room or in the hallway and just talk by the water cooler. You don't have those chance encounters, so that you have to be more intentional about it.
What's your best memory of being led?
I would say early in my career, so I was a psychologist, I was a social worker for a while, and I was a child protective services social worker, which has to do with child abuse and that kind of thing, which is a nasty foreign business and work. And it's a government agency, and so there's that sort of wrappings there. But we had a leader, our supervisor, who had been in the field for quite a while. And there's all kinds of external forces coming to bear on you as a child protective services worker. I mean, the family, the parents, the grandparents, schools, medical, the community, what you're doing. And there's just a lot of pressure. And he did a wonderful job of protecting us from that and sort of deflected that. And he took that heat and then said, you guys just go do your job.